Hey, what's going on? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I wanted to jump on real quick to I wanted to share some things with you all today. Sort of trying to get back into the swing of things as it relates to my social media presence, man. I've been slacking. And so I'm up here today, and I wanna share something with you all. I first wanna send a shout out my daughter. It's a lovely day. It's a lovely day. Hey daughter, look, share with your people. All right. I'm finna talk about some good stuff. All right. So those of you that don't know or do know, I am a certified life coach. I'm not just an apostle, preacher, teacher, but I am a life coach. And I believe that if, through the word of God, your life can be radically changed. And when I mean radically changed, I mean changed for the better. But there are those that probably would never come to my church, which is the greatest church, I might add Rim City Church. Where you at? Saving our city one soul at a time. All right. And so there are some people that will probably never come to my church, but as a life coach, I can, help as many people, that I possibly can, as a life coach. And so I do that as well. And that program, that life coaching program is called LBM, Life, Business, and Ministry. All right. So you got, three worlds that I'm able to help you in. All right. And you can check into that. Bless you, my brother, Prophet Stefan, the apostolic prophet Stefan Taylor. Bless you, sir. You can do that. Deja, put my website in the comments. All right. The Gordon Enterprise. Yeah. The Gordon Enterprise. Put that in there for me real quick. All right. So I wanted to jump on real quick. I want to talk on this subject. I'm not going to be long up here. But I wanted to share something with you all. As you can see on Instagram, the status or description is called the value system. I want to talk about this subject real quick. I want to hit on it, and I want to share seven points with you all. And I see people are logging into LBM. Make sure, daughter, you share and invite the people on the site. All right. So I wanted to jump on and share these things with you. And hopefully it'll cause your perspective on who you are to change. All right. And so the value system really, is how, you value yourself. All right. How you look at yourself, how you handle yourself. And I said here on this particular status or description on StreamYard, I said that if you don't value you, no one will. And so what I have come to understand and see just through, down through the years, counseling and talking, with different people, a lot of the opposition and a lot of the psychological warfare, a lot of the things that they have dealt with throughout life came by way of, situations, by way of circumstances, by way of traumas and things of that nature. And based upon those experiences, those systems or systemic moments or situations became, I should say, systemic. And based upon those moments and those times, they defined their life based upon those situations and those circumstances, and never really came into who they ultimately were created and destined to be. Now, in the church arena, it's the same thing, identity crises, and things of that nature. So on both sides of the spectrum, I witnessed where, because of these identity issues, people never really came into the fullness of who they were destined to be, nor did they experience all of what life had to offer them on a positive side. They experienced the negative sides of life. And that is really a miserable way to live. And so I believe that what I'm going to share with you right now is going to begin to cause your perspective and cause your attitude and cause your mind to begin to change as it relates to your value and you valuing who you are. All right. So I want to jump into this right now, and I want to talk about this word first, because this is where it all began. And it all began with someone devaluing who you are. All right. So what is devalue? What does devalue mean? All right. So I'm not able to post the definitions on Instagram, but I'm going to read them. I'm posting them here on Facebook. All right. So devalue is the reducing or underestimating the worth or importance of a thing. All right. So to devalue literally means that a person is reducing, all right, who you are as a person, everything about you. They reduce who you are, all right? And they reduce who you are by projecting a series of, I would say, pessimistic, negative, and opinion-driven statements that causes your mind concerning who you are to change and or be contorted, where your perception of yourself is no longer, watch this, something palatable or something that is good to look upon. All right, I'm y'all now. Y'all know I am a preacher now, so I'm vacillating between both realms. All right, so they devalue you by a system, a continual of negative statements, negative opinions, anything that you would suggest to them as it relates to the reforming or the reformation of your life, they are negative in their response to you. You're looking for agreement, but when they say something, they're passive aggressive, or they are very sarcastic, or facetious. It's never a supporting response. So that is a means and a mode of reducing who you are. And this reducing happens emotionally and psychologically. All right. And so to devalue you, the agenda ultimately is to break you emotionally, break you psychologically. All right. And once you have been broken emotionally, once you have been broken psychologically, in other words, your will being broken. All right. So when your will is broken, your will is your emotions, your intellect. All right. So when your will is broken, you are left up to the leading of the individual, which when people devalue who you are, all right, they are only doing it because they have an ulterior motive. They have a hidden agenda. Their being in your life isn't genuine. And when they are in your life in this regard, what happens is when they have reduced you, then they are able to vicariously live their lives through you. Everything and anything that they suggest, you will carry that task out to the fullest. And if anybody that is on the outside of that type of system that sees that you're under this system and it's not beneficial, and they are bringing it to your attention, you'll defend that system of reducing or the person that is responsible for it. And you'll defend them and you'll cut off, watch this, the assistance that is being sent in your life to help you identify that you are under a system or in a situation that does not value who you are. So devaluing, I just went sick on that. All right. So devaluing is the reducing or underestimating. So underestimating is really the person not trusting or believing that you have the ability or the capacity to accomplish what you are sharing you are going to do. So they are underestimated and underestimating you, that reducing way of cutting you down is how they keep you from believing that you have the ability to do it. And ultimately you begin to underestimate your own ability, because you have the ability, but because you trust that this person has your best interest at heart, but the truth of the matter is they are the reasons why you are not moving forward the way you should be moving forward. So they'll tell you, oh no, you shouldn't do that. No, you shouldn't do that. And let me say this before I go further. It's not a matter of, because all situations are, when you have people in your life that is, there, or let's just say you got a life coach, a mentor, a spiritual father, spiritual mother in your life, a best friend. If they're saying to you, oh, I think that's a good idea, that's not always someone underestimating your ability. All right. That's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? Because you do have people around you who have your best interest at heart. All right. But it's those moments that you'll dismiss the real assistance, you know what I'm saying, and gravitate to individuals that would no, I'm not gonna do that. All right. So they underestimating the worth or the importance. So they'll never, in them devaluing you, they will in their manipulative manner reduce, underestimate your worth. Anything that you have to say, anything that you are deciding to do, they will reduce it underestimate the worth and its importance. They'll talk about everything else. Everything else is more important than what it is you're sharing or you're saying you feel you need to do. That is a devaluing individual. All right. So you a lot of why we're not able to move forward and, like I said earlier, do the things that we aspire to do the things that God has called us to do, doing the things just for the betterment of your life. It's because we allow these types of individuals to speak into our lives. We out of ignorance, all right, we give people like this license to speak into our lives, not knowing that ultimately their agenda is not to support the betterment of your life. That they're only supporting or in your life because it's a benefit to them. You changing your life, you seeing the value in your life is not convenient for these types of individuals. It's an inconvenience for you to begin to work at the betterment of your life and believing that you have value. It inconveniences those types of individuals. All right. All right. Let me go. So now that I've identified, what has contributed to why you value yourself the way that you do, I want to talk about individuals that are coming into your life or who have been waiting to come into your life. All right, that will value you. So to value is the regard. So to devalue is disregarding. All right. So to value is the regard that something is held to deserve the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. All right. So individuals that understand your value, they regard the fact that you deserve the change, the betterment that you are striving for. They value what you say, what you do. They believe that what you do, who you are, is important, and there is worth to who you are. And you're useful. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? You're useful. A lot of the times, so let me say this. One of the signs that a person does not believe in their value is isolation. All right. One of the many signs of a person not valuing or believing their value is isolation. All right. And isolation really can manifest psychologically, emotionally, in so many different ways, where it will convince the person that they are useless. All right? There's no value to who you are. In other words, no one wants you around because you don't bring anything to the table. You're useless. And this might be a trigger for some, but you might have grown up hearing that you're useless instead of being useful. You might have experienced individuals receiving better treatment than you received, and that caused you to believe that there was no value to who you are. And so you isolate yourself from reality. You isolate yourself from interacting with people. You isolate yourself from the world. And that is a dangerous place to be in, all right? When you have been made to feel useless. Isolating yourself only creates a greater platform for the growth of the trauma that comes along with this type of system. And it's really unfortunate, over the last 3.5 years, due to, the state and condition the world was in through this pandemic, so many, tragedies, travesties, so many deaths, suicide and, things of that nature. People just didn't feel any worth because watch this, their worth or their value was locked into people, places, and things. People, places, and things. All right? And so we seen, so many, taking them, ending themselves. And I mean, it was just really sad, and I wish that, I could create some type of huge megaphone that would reach around the world and tell everyone that you are valuable, you are useful, you are important, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy. But here I'll settle with Instagram and StreamYard and Facebook, YouTube. All right. So there is a challenge. A challenge that comes when you begin to sense that it is that your life really has meaning to it. And what I mean by this challenge is because you have always heard, all right, this reducing, rejecting, underestimating language, that devaluing system and everything that comes along with it, because you've heard it all your life, it has become truth to you. All right? It's become truth to you. And when something has become truth to you, it becomes a part of you. And not only does it become a part of you, you then begin to echo what was said to you. Anything that is good, when it doesn't happen for you, you revert back to that devaluing system. You apply for a job. Oh, I'm not gonna get that job. I don't qualify for. I'm not gonna qualify for it. I don't have what it takes. I don't have what it takes. I don't have the education for it. You disqualify yourself before you could hear the value coming from somebody that is meeting you for the first time. And based upon your resume, you have all the qualifications. But because you have always been around pessimistic individuals, negative individuals, that is you believe that is what your life consists of. Bless you, Finesse. Huh? So when you're coming into contact with individuals that see your value, see your worth, it can be a challenge. Because you are used to, because see what happens is when you don't value yourself because all you know is that devaluing type of lifestyle, you attract those types of individuals in your life who, are everything that has contributed to your life being the way that it is. Because when you don't have any real value, or you're ignorant to the value of who you are, so lacking value means you don't have any real commitment. There's no commitment. Huh? And so you're not committed to anything or anyone. And these are the type of people that you attract. And these individuals will perpetuate that system, that cycle in your life. All right. I gotta go. All right. So we're talking about the value system. Look, because I've been up here 28 minutes. All right. So I want to give you these 7 value systems that I believe will dismantle or begin to dismantle this devaluing system working in your life. All right. So number 1, people will devalue you only because you allow them to. People will devalue who you are only because you allow them to. Because you don't see no value in yourself. So in them devaluing you, you're not going to challenge them to treat you different because you don't value who you are. Number 2, never allow anyone to compare your value with the value of another. Stop letting people weigh or compare. Oh, oh, such and such is better than, you know how they do. That whole comparing. I used to do that, and being married to Prophetess, I used to, say, or I would, my expectations and my actions towards her was saying I was comparing, which I was. And she would say to me, stop comparing me to her because I'm not her, you know. And I wouldn't even say it out my mouth. She knew what was going on. So she would say to me, stop comparing me. So never allow anyone to compare your value with the value of another. Number 3, your value is priceless and should never be weighed or determined by another. You might say, well, what do you, I mean, because if you allow somebody to judge your value, they're never going to weigh it like you would weigh it. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? Don't let people weigh, don't let people give definition to your value. You give definition to your value, which will eliminate, the negativity that is associated with their value system concerning you. All right. Number 4, when you start seeing yourself differently and changing, and that should say in that direction, the negativity or the negative algorithm of attraction will attract those that will respect and support the change in your life. Hold on, let me do this. I have to fix that. So when you start seeing yourself differently and changing in the direction, in the direction of change, it should say. Because that's going to bother me. That's the benefits of having StreamYard. So when you start seeing yourself differently and changing in the direction of change, the negative algorithm of attraction will attract those that will respect and support the change in your life. All right? So there's an algorithm that will attract individuals in your life, whether they're positive or negative. That's why it's so important that how you see yourself, seeing that you have value, really determines who comes in and out of your life. All right? So it will cause that flow, that system to begin to attract individuals that believe in who you are. Number 5, the law of attraction should begin with you, embracing you before anybody else desires to. I listen, I just said something. I just said something here. Look, the law of attraction should begin with you, embracing you before anybody else does. You know, we get so caught up. We get so engulfed. I mean, you know, I know, you know, let me say this, because we take this out of context. I'm throwing this in for free. You know, in Genesis chapter 2, when God put Adam in the garden and, you know, to dress it and do his thing or whatever, and he seen how the animals, you know, there were two, you know, a man giraffe, woman giraffe, man cow, woman cow, man bear, woman bear. He's seen the companionship, all right? And he's seen that, you know, Adam was by himself. And so he was like, yo, it's not good for man to be alone. So he put Adam to sleep, took the rib out, and created woman. So the purpose of that was to for population. All right. So the elephants were able to populate. The giraffes were able to populate. The monkeys were able to populate. All right. The birds, you know, everybody was able to populate except Adam. So in order for Adam to share in population, he had to have somebody. All right. For population's sake. All right. So that don't mean like now, like if your life is contingent upon the involvement of somebody else, then that's bad. That's sad. Now, look, if you desire to be married, you know, that's fine. You know, the scripture said, a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. All right. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. It's fine. You know, women, you want a husband? Hey, it's fine. All right. It's cool. But you should not get value, or the definition of value for your life shouldn't be because somebody came into your life. All right. Yeah, somebody's attracted to you. That's cool. But don't let the attraction of somebody else be what you are striving for in order to see the value of who you are. Y'all don't want to talk back to me today. I know y'all probably on break, whatever. You really can't, you know, or you ashamed of your apostle, you know. But it's all good. It's all good. You should be, the law of attraction should begin with you. You should be attracted to yourself first. And I ain't talking about no perverted, you know, crazy stuff. You know, because I know, you know, that people automatically, oh, well, that's perversion, apostle, man, that's pride. And look, a sense of pride, ain't nothing wrong with having a sense of pride, seeing yourself a certain particular type of way. I'm not talking about pride that feels like you are above, you know, things that everybody else has to be submitted to. You above correction. You above. No, I ain't talking about that. You value who you are. I'm not looking for somebody to embrace me before I embrace myself. I'm embracing myself. Whether you embrace me or not, I love me. And that's the problem. You're looking for people, in order for you to have a meaning of love, you looking for somebody to demonstrate it to you. in order for you to accept loving yourself. No, you need to love yourself before you look for somebody else to love you. Oh, y'all ain't gonna talk back to me. Y'all ain't gonna talk back to me. And a lot of why we go after these things is because of the dysfunctional definition of love, the dysfunctional definition of value. The antithesis of valuing is devaluing. So we have lived our lives based upon a dysfunctional definition of what value is, what love is. And so you will gravitate, no matter how toxic it is, you will go after it, you will pursue it, you will fight for it when it's not healthy for you. I ain't even gonna go into this yet, before you get involved in somebody else's life, your life need to be together. At the end of the day, your life need to be together. So what? Every other person, on the planet, life wasn't together when they got with who they got with. That don't matter. At the end of the day, before you should take into consideration, before you involve yourself in the life of somebody else, how about you work on your life? Get your life together. Get your mind right. You don't value who you are. And the only way that you feel valued or significant is I'm trying not to even go there, man. And this goes for men as well. You only feel value because of how many women you can smash. That gives you value. Because you can, I done smashed 25,000 women, man. And that's how you value or determine the value and worth of your life. And it's the same with women. If the only way that he'll value me is if I give myself to him. And I feel like that is one of the most valuable commodities you could ever share with anybody is your mind, your heart, your soul. Your mind, your heart, and soul is intertwined, tied into your sexuality. So if sex is the only thing that will give you a sense of value, then you're a out of control train waiting to crash. If sex is what brings you value, that's sad. But like I said, that's a dysfunctional form of worth. That, I need to sleep with him in order for him to appreciate who I am. I need to sleep with these women in order for people to take me serious as a man, or for them to take serious who I am as a man. No, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna contract some sexually transmitted disease that you can't get rid of. You're gonna have all these children that you can't take care of, which will create another dysfunctional algorithm because you ain't there for them, and they're left to be raised the best way that the mother can. All right. The law of attraction should begin with you, embracing you before anybody else desires to. All right, let me go. Number 6, The revelation of value of self is that the system that you thought you needed to be a part of only became what it was because you brought value and validity to it. Some people that, I mean, listen, people that's in your life listen, the truth of the matter is they really didn't have no real significance. And the truth of the matter is they didn't know the value of their life. But for whatever reason, because of that devaluing system in their life, they seen an opportunity. And they seen that there was value in you. And they became they became a part of your life, and benefited from your ignorance. You pushed them, you supported them, you valued them, their ideas, their inventions, their business endeavors. You valued it. You valued them. And they became who they are because of you. But you don't see the value of who you are. All right, my last one. Number 7, breaking the value system that others put on you is taking the step of confidence and believing above the bodacious opinion that were projected upon you. So breaking this system is taking that leap of faith, that step of confidence, and believing above the bodacious opinions that people have placed on you, even as a child. I'm telling you, you have to step out. You can. And I'm not saying that it's easy, because I have had to deal with that as a child, even as an adult. The experiences that I experienced, as a kid, was bringing definition, and that definition was shaping my mind as it related to who I was. It was causing me to believe that I wasn't valuable, useful. But oh, when that day came, and this happened when I was a kid, when I realized I don't need you to bring definition to who I am. I believe in myself, whether you believe in me or not. I'm going to support myself, whether you support me or not. I'm going to make it happen. And it's a saying that my wife always used. If it is to be, it's up to me. I'm not finna allow you or anyone to determine my worth or my value. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. Because if you do that, they're able to control your life. And I believe that this that I'm sharing with you is going to help you take the narrative of your life back out of the hands of opinionated individuals and their bodacious opinions, their word curses that they indirectly and subliminally place on you because you ain't doing what they want you to do now, and because you doing something else now, it's an issue. Now it's a problem. I'm free. I'm breaking free from that system of devaluing. And I'm going to embrace the value system where I'm regarded, where I am important, I deserve, I'm useful. All right, listen. Let me post this real quick. All right, sorry about that. That just messed up my whole Instagram. People calling. All right, anyway, so I want you all to know that you have value. Don't let nobody calculate it. You calculate it. You hear what I'm saying to you? You have value. You're worth your weight. All right? You're worth your weight. All right. So yeah, you're worth your weight. So don't let people value you, man. Don't let people do that. You know, they trying to figure it out. Let them, hey, if they don't see it or know it by now, you will never know me. If you don't know me by now, you will never know me. Ooh. All right, I ain't gonna sing. I'll leave that to the professionals. I'll leave that to the professionals. All right, listen, if this was a blessing to you, look, I want to encourage those of you that are up here right now. I want you to sow, get a seed. All right, get a seed. All right, and sow into this word today. I hope that it was encouraging. I hope that you are beginning to go into a different headspace as it relates to who you are and your value. All right. So we believe that seeds break cycles. And so how about starting it symbolically now? Breaking that cycle, breaking that system of devaluing. If you value what you've heard today, I want you to sow a seed right now by going to Apostle D. Gordon Sr. 1 Cash App. Get that seed in the ground. All right. Anything that has value, like we purchased Louis Vuitton bags and Jordans, we'll invest in it financially. So if this was a blessing to you, I want you to sow that seed right now. Right now. If you're going to sow, there's the information on the screen. And we thank you in advance and appreciate the seed that you are sowing into what it is that we do. Also, before I go, I want to encourage you all, for those of you that are interested in life coaching, you need a life coach. Cool. The look, the wait is over. So you can go. Let me pull this up real quick. Let's see. Let me pull this real quick. All right. All right. Here we go. All right. So you want to be a part of my life coaching program? You can do so by going to www.thegordonenterprise.org. You'll see the tab LBM, which is the acronym for Life, Business, and Ministry. You can sign up there, and we will get you the information that you need in order to get you signed up. All right. So we're looking forward to that. All right. So again, get that seed in the ground. All right. Let's sow that seed right now. Don't wait. You want to go ahead and do it now before you go spend it at Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or wherever it is you get your beverages and your donuts from. All right. Listen, that is my time. I appreciate you all for being with us. Looking forward to seeing you all on tonight for the Awakening Experience. God bless.